Welcome, ladies non-binaries and gentlemen, to Reviews Regarding Rail-End Restaurants, episode 12 out of 5, and today I'm going to Peddocks Island with my family, who are driving to Hingham because they don't like trains nearly as much as I do.
Next stop is Porter.
Unfortunately, ladies non-binaries and gentlemen, the train's been standing by at Charles for quite a while because the headways on the red line are kinda messed up right now. Finally.
Next stop is Park Street. We'll be entering Park Street. Doors will open on both sides. Elevator service is on your left. Change here for the green line.
And here we are at South Station, ladies non-binaries and gentlemen. Gotta go for the 1048 Kingston. The fabled Amtrak connection at Porter. The 1048 Kingston now boarding on track 11. Track 11 to Kingston. I gotta check what number the locomotive is though. There we go. All aboard. Here's another arrival. Down there. Oh! A Valley of Liberty. All the way there. JFK is a pretty weird setup. Ashmont trains get 2 tracks, and so do Braintree trains. This is because the Braintree branch originally ran express. Braintree platform was only added in 1988. And Neponset Bridge. Longfellow Bridge's lesser known cousin. Very nice view from here, as is the other side. Not quite as iconic as old Longfellow. Right there is most likely the train that I rode in on, entering North Quincy. Hi. We are probably waiting for an inbound to pass us. Since the old Colony line is a single-track bottleneck that somehow has to support 3 branches. Hello. All right. Now this looks like a race. Oh, yes. Oh. Haha, passing the train I rode in on. I just passed the train I rode in on. Thank you. I've never been to Quincy Center. Where's the busway? Haven't ridden in a D40LF in a long time. 22 Lincoln Street is the stop I want. Ah, it's so hot. Thank you. Now it'll just be a walk to the ferry terminal somewhere that way. How am I meant to cross this stupid road? Strode, which stands for stupid road. My family arrived a few minutes ago. Is this adaptive reuse? It looks like they have turned the smokestack of a factory into a cell tower. Here we are. Here we are, ladies, non-binaries, and gentlemen. The ferry terminal. Hello, how was your car ride, family? My train ride was fun. I took the red line, and then the purple line to Quincy Center, and then the 220 bus here. And now we're going to take a ferry to Peddocks Island. Peddocks Island? Sus. Get out of my head. Amogus. Amogus! This is going to be, wait, is this the first time in reviews regarding rail and restaurants I've ridden a ferry? I think so. I don't believe I filmed any of the Sydney ferries I rode on. So this is the first time I have filmed a ferry ride in RRR&R. This used to be a shipyard, which is why it's got these individual jetties. Ferries are cool, and every settlement by a navigable body of water should have a ferry. And they should nationalize ferries and call it Am-Boat. Every settlement on a navigable body of water should have ferry service. Nationalize it and call it Am-Boat. Which way does this sign go? Gonna guess those are mortars. So we'll put the sign this way. It's a hawk eating a snake. According to the ancient Mexican prophecy, this is where we'll found our Aztec capital.
Want a snake and a bird?
Yeah, the origin story of Mexico City was the Aztecs were looking for a place to build their new capital, and they had a prophecy that it would be where they saw an eagle sitting on a cactus eating a snake. We don't have a cactus here. But anyways, eventually they found their eagle eating a snake sitting on a cactus on an island in Lake Texcoco. And so they built their floating city, Tenochtitlan. And then the Spanish came and drained the lake, which is what... and since Mexico City is built on a lake bed, that's why it has serious problems with sinking into the ground. Here's a hovering boat, lighthouse, and island. Nam.
Shiga noko 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 kosh tan tan. 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 Shiga noko 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 kosh tan tan.
This is a cool stripy rock. Pretty good. And here's a rock with a hole in it. Not really. And the world's most effective fence award goes to... The island is pretty cool, except for approximately 50 billion biting insects. It's windy. Why are there so many? I hate them. Here's something cool. It's a rock with a stripe of quartz through it. Isn't that so cool? Oh good, there's the ferry dock. When's the ferry? This island sucks. There's too many biting insects here, and they informed us in no uncertain terms that we are unwelcome on this island. I don't know how people live here. There's so many biting insects. It's crazy. We started at the ferry dock, and we went along this path through the marsh, and then we turned around, and I went along the beach. Back here. Yes, it's here. We can leave. Despite all the biting insects, though, we still decided that the beach on this island was better than the beach in Los Angeles. We are leaving. Bad news, ladies and non-binaries and gentlemen. The ferry I want to get on is blocking the dock, so we can't dock there and I can't get on. I was literally expecting it to be a cross-platform transfer. This is the worst cross-platform transfer setup in the entire MBTA. Okay. Wait, if there's a gate on that side, why couldn't we have docked on that side of the dock?
We don't have any lines over there. We wouldn't have fit properly.
Oh. Well, ladies and non-binaries and gentlemen, I've bought a ferry ticket. Here is this ferry.
Thank you.
Alright. Everybody's gotta go upstairs on the ferry. Yes. Ah, yes. Here is how to ride on a ferry. A roof.
I recorded a lot of video aboard the ferry, and most of it had messed up audio from that darn camera mic setting. So I decided to write a song in order to cut it down for length. Ladies, non-binaries and gentlemen, are you guys hearing this? Most coastal cities don't consider ferries very serious. All settlements with access to a water body navigable ought to see a ferry's practicality and have a couple. Every river, harbor, estuary, lake and sea should have a ferry. A candidate who'd do this has my vote. Nationalizing ferries oughta be like Amtrak on the water. All aboard Amboat. It's thinking one-dimensional to only drive around the shore, when sailing straight across the water often will arrive before. Admittedly, it's common for a boat to travel to an island, but what I'm imagining is duplicating routes on dry land. Every river, harbor, estuary, lake and sea should have a ferry. A candidate who'd do this has my vote. Nationalizing ferries ought to be like Amtrak on the water. All aboard Amboat. Because its fun is probably not sufficient to acquire funding for a pair of piers and high-speed ferries justified by nothing. Scenic rides to Boston would be simplified if from New London ran a boat to Providence with transfers tied to trains at both ends. Every river, harbor, estuary, lake and sea should have a ferry. A candidate who'd do this has my vote. Nationalizing ferries ought to be like Amtrak on the water. All aboard Amboat. Though I write this maritime verse, now's not the right time to complain. A better priority first is nationalizing the train. Imagine how cool it would be to travel long distance by sea. Oh, nationalizing the ferries would benefit me. Every river, harbor, estuary, lake and sea should have a ferry. A candidate who'd do this has my vote. Nationalizing ferries ought to be like Amtrak on the water. All aboard Amboat. Oh, all aboard Amboat. Boat.
Rose Wharf is what I like to call very architecture. When you enter Boston through this big triumphal arch, you feel like a king. This building was actually built in the 1980s. It replaced one that was demolished in the 1960s, and it had some similar design cues. Despite the architects saying that they had not seen the original when they were designing this one. But both of them have got a grid of windows set in brick above whitish shop fronts and a big arch in the middle. I'm at Rose Wharf, and I think I'm going to walk up to Aquarium and take various lines to get to the Red Line. And from there, I shall do the &R of RRR&R. For a moment, I thought the sign on this little hut said Texas. Jaywalking across the street, jaywalking all over the world. Anyways, here is Aquarium. Looks like one of the escalators is temporarily stairs, so gotta take the stairs. I believe this is the deepest station on the T below sea level, but Porter is below a hill and has a longer escalator. No, I think they replaced it. They used to have a map from the early 2000s at Aquarium.
Federal law requires priority seats to be available for seniors and/or persons with disabilities.
The Blue Line is free.
Yes, the Blue Line is free. because of the Sumner Tunnel closure.
State Street, Jonesville, Orange.
Look how far I can see. Ah, it's hot in this station.
The next Bowden train arrives in 3 minutes. The following Bowden train arrives in 9 minutes. Attention passengers, Blue Line service is free through August 5th during the closure of the Sumner Tunnel.
Long distance forwarding.
Attention passengers, the next Blue Line train to Bowden is now approaching.
No, it isn't. It's at Aquarium.
Attention passengers, the next Blue Line train to Bowden is now arriving. Attention passengers, the next Blue Line train to Bowden is now arriving.
was extremely loud. Well, these are a little bit outdated. Kind of packed.
This is State. The destination of this train is Oak Grove.
Change of plans, ladies and non-binaries and gentlemen. I do believe there exists a 5:30 Fitchburg train, which I have plenty of time to make. It was very crowded. I wonder if there's a game tonight. There's 1811. Oh, cab car. Curve shot. Right now you're looking at the curve shot. Thank you. Zelda reference? Zelda reference? Uh-oh, ladies, non-binaries, and gentlemen. I have walked in front of my favorite store. I'll have to pick out something to buy before it closes in 10 minutes. 10-minute ward map shopping spree. Go! I bought this map of Sydney. And it shall go in my Sydney backpack. If Ward Maps was a restaurant, I'd rate it S tier. Dinner time. The bus behind the bus goes, that's some serious bunching all through the town.
Well, ladies non-binaries and gentlemen, Felipe's Taqueria in Harvard Square is very highly recommended by everyone I talk to.
Menu shot, menu shot. Right now you're looking at the menu shot. They've got a roof deck. I mean, what I said on the ferry, where would you go other than the roof? Anyways, I got a burrito with the same combination that I used to always get at Chipotle.
Okay, ladies non-binaries and gentlemen, I like burritos a lot. I've been looking for years for a replacement for Chipotle ever since Chipotle went downhill, and Felipe's is both better and cheaper. As my new go-to burrito, I rate this restaurant S tier.
I wish. Well, ladies non-binaries and gentlemen, this has been Reviews Regarding Rail and Restaurants, episode 12 out of 5. Please feel free to ask clarifying questions in the comments, and be sure to absolutely smash the like, subscribe, and bell buttons as if they were my bank account next time I go to Ward Maps. Thank you for watching.
Benui.